although Lindsay seems to be having a hard time, it may all be worth it, literally, because there are reports out there she could make millions after she gets out. And that brings us to today's Showbiz Flashpoint. Will Lindsay Lohan cash in big time on her jail time? With me right now in New York is Vikki Ziegler. Vikki's an attorney. And from Atlanta, Vinny Politan. Vinny's a host with In Session on our sister network, True TV. There are reports that Lindsay could get as much as over $1 million for doing tell-all after she's out of jail and done with rehab. So to the Showbiz Flashpoint, Vikki, I actually think that Lindsay will cash in big time after she's out of the slammer. What about you?
Oh, I definitely think so. America loves a comeback. They want to see this train wreck back on the tracks. I think Lindsay, if she's smart and sober and really listens to the proper advice, she could make millions after she gets out of jail. Post-jail interviews, on TV, in magazines. She can certainly out, and her new fashion line in the fall could make millions and millions of dollars if done properly.
Yeah, and the question is, why the heck not? Vinny Politan, off to you. Do you think Lindsay's going to cash in big time on her jail time at a minimum with a big post-jail interview?
Absolutely, absolutely. She needs money. I mean, you got to get back to work. She's always talking about working. Here's the big if, though, and Vikki brought this up. If she is sober, that's the problem. You know, talent has never been the problem, but here she has a great opportunity to capitalize on all this attention because now we are fascinated with her and her life. We know that she's got some talent. She's just got to put two and two together and subtract all the other problems that she had.
Yeah, and the thing about the post-jail interview, and it's always tricky, and we saw this with Paris Hilton, you know, people are disgusted by the idea that she could make all this money, so there is always a potential backlash against whoever forks over a big check for that interview. That's kind of a wait-and-see thing. But, you know, even before Lindsay completes her rehab, after serving her jail sentence, the wheels on her career train will be rolling. Here comes the Showbiz News line. Lindsay launched her 6126 fashion line before she checked into jail. She also just appeared in Bravo's new reality show called Double Exposure, and that's the one where Lindsay showed up 11 hours late to a shoot to promote her clothing line. Take a look at this.
Well, it's a little ironic today that Lindsay's so late to her own shoot because she's the client after all.
We're so excited. We're going to shoot you for 6126.
The leggings are really good. They're like...
You did a good job.
Good job.
Yeah, should it be any surprise, though, you know, if she shows up for court late, why shouldn't she show up for a photo shoot late? But let's face it, young girls everywhere love the Lindsay drama. They love celebrity clothing lines. And I actually, back to the idea of her clothing line, Vikki, I think she will be able to cash in just because she's so controversial.
I agree. And listen, popularity equals profitability. Everybody wants to be like Lindsay Lohan. They don't want to go to jail and they feel sad for her, but she is a starlet. She's a celebrity. She goes to all these fancy places and she meets these amazing people. People want to be like her, the young demographic. They want her. They want to be her. They want to look like her. They want to dye their hair. So I think they're going to go out and buy her clothing line. I think it's going to skyrocket. I'd probably say upwards of $5 or $6 million, probably. I think so.
Well, it wouldn't be, it's not unprecedented. Yeah. This actually has happened before. Today, the New York Daily News revealed an interview with the owner of a very exclusive LA clothing store that happened to carry Paris Hilton's clothing line when Paris was thrown in jail. Well, he claims he sold $30,000 worth of Paris' stuff on the day she got out of jail. Vinny, I do think that Lindsay's stuff could fly off the shelves the day she's released from prison. What about you?
Well, AJ, I don't know about you, but I'm on the wait list for Lindsay's male clothing line. I'm going to get some ties. Maybe I'll send some your way.
Please.
You know, it's publicity. It's the image. It's the bad girl. You want to call it street cred if you want. She's got all that going for her because what sort of is buried in all of this is why she originally got in trouble, which was driving under the influence.
Right.
And that gets lost in everything else that's happening here because of the paparazzi and everything else. So I think she can really take advantage of this situation if she's smart and if she's sober.
And it's not just the clothing line, it's also her film career. And I want to take you back to the Showbiz News line right now because today a new picture of Lindsay in her next movie, Machete, where she plays a gun-toting nun, was revealed. Perfect, right? Well, the movie is scheduled to hit theaters on September 3rd. But Vikki, I'm thinking it's going to take a whole lot more than good movie reviews to revive her career because remember, somebody's got to hire her. And I would say right now she's uninsurable, and that keeps people from hiring her.
Oh, yeah, she's got to do so so many things to get back on track. She's got to appear on time. She has to be sober. She has to do some community service and do some charity work and really bring back that good reputation.
Yeah.
She's a great actress. She should be making films, but there's so much that she has to be rehabilitated before I think people are going to take her seriously.
It's a long road indeed. Well, Lindsay is making another fashion statement with her new mugshot. So it is time to play Mugshot Beauty Pageant. But how does it stack up to other mugshot beauties like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie? Vikki Ziegler, Vinnie Politan, I urge you don't go anywhere. All right, as we move on, could it be? Say it ain't so. Sandra Bullock and Jessie J.